Well, joining me in the studio now is Mr. Brain Altounian. He's the CEO of WOWIO LLC. Brian, always good to see you.
Hey, Doc. Good to be here.
Brian, there were three press releases here recently since we last talked. The activity with WOWIO continues to burgeon right along. Tell us what's going on.
Well, first of all, we announced today a couple of things. We closed some financing for WOWIO. Alliance led a round of financing for WOWIO. We closed just under $2 million. Wow. And began, I think we've talked about this a little bit, we've gone on an acquisition spree, if you will. The target for raising that money was multifaceted, obviously taking care of some older obligations, making sure we had our team on board, tightening up our technology, and pursuing the patents that I think we've talked about here before. And also, we're launching a brand new website coming July 1, and then today actually, we announced that we acquired an online community called WeVolt. And so WeVolt is it's a social community network. It comes with some great technology. It comes with some amazing talent. Folks who have been involved in creating graphic novels and comics for television series such as Heroes and Castle and True Blood. So we've actually have now the makings of, so WOWIO's gone beyond the ebook space. And I think we mentioned this a little bit last week. Last week we showed what a WOWIO ebook looks like, right, and talked a little bit about the WOWIO ebook space. But really, as we've been talking about how we've positioned WOWIO is more in that media consumption and media delivery space. And so WeVolt is a social community. There's a whole online community of social networking capability, allow creators and artists to come and put up and engage with an audience. And obviously, once they create some product, then it becomes a book that we can download on WOWIO, becomes a product that we can exploit. And I use the word exploit, but really it is really a broader distribution consideration, so that we can take properties and turn them into TV shows and turn them into webisodes and turn them into original content. So it's a nice lateral expansion for WOWIO.
Now, you've talked about an aggressive acquisition strategy, and I'm curious because we talk to a lot of publicly traded companies that will do acquisitions. They'll do some cash, some publicly traded stock. You're a private company. I mean, when you do an acquisition, is it an all-cash thing? Do you include equity? I mean, is that part of the game plan?
Yeah, we'll take the same path as any company in this space. We'll do a little bit of both. Okay. Because of this round, we have private investors now in WOWIO. We've raised a total of about $2.7 million since I've kind of relaunched WOWIO in the last year. So we do have private investors in the company, and the goal is to position the company to for either a going public strategy or potential acquisition down the road. And so, in that, there's always equity to play with. Yeah.
Well, I've always been interested in that. Now, as we continue with this acquisition mode, are you still out there identifying targets and looking at things that you can do?
We are. In fact, we have closed 2 other acquisitions, which we'll be announcing over the next couple of weeks. I'll leak one here. Okay. I know we always like to have somebody. Excuse me. So next week we're going to announce that in addition to a further expansion, this sort of lateral expansion, WOWIO acquired Drunk Duck from Platinum Studios. Now, Drunk Duck is an online comics community that Platinum Studios had acquired back in 2006, had built up to a very large library of material. In fact, Platinum puts its own properties up on Drunk Duck as well. And so Drunk Duck has about 12,000 original stories, 2 million unique users a month. I mean, it's a very, very significant community. That community paired with the WeVolt community is really going to make us a very formidable player in the online creative community. We will really vault ourselves to #1 in that space. Oh. And the reason why we've targeted comic books and the graphic novel industry is because that industry, from the publishers and creators to the readers, they're used to this digital distribution of content. They're used to seeing ads in their content. They're used to getting it where they want, when they want. And because it's usually in color and vibrant, and it's a medium that really lends itself well to what the digital delivery model provides. And so we're showing, really we're kind of showing the rest of the publishing community, come on guys, the water's warm, it's safe, come play, put your properties up here, create branding around your individual properties. And when I say that, it's really, give it an opportunity to live online in various forms and formats, let your readership engage and be active with you. This is an active environment to be, it's not a passive environment. Your readers are actively engaged. So engage with them. Create new content. Create new material that can be, distributed.
It's interesting you use the water analogy because you're really riding a wave, the first wave, so to speak, of this technology that, frankly, wasn't available 5 or 6 years ago.
That's right. Right. Well, with broadband and now with the capability of adding video and audio and other elements to what was a static presentation before, it's a whole new world. But that's why just selling an ebook, it's okay. We'll let the digital storefronts handle that. A digital version of a book that's one thing. We're talking about taking a dynamic medium and taking content into this dynamic medium and actually letting people play and engage. It's a completely different world.
That's right. Again, WOWIO LLC. Visit their website, wowio.com. Brian, the story just gets better and better. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Don.
Take care.